Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard Knocks Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Ken, also here with the co-host, Sino Montana, the four-time champ.
Whole time.
And yes, we're a little bit late this week. A lot of things came up. A few things came up. We won't talk about what that was, but we'll keep it light. Now, the top scorer of this week, of course, he was invited to come on. He said, you know what, guys? You guys handle that. I'll come on when I win it all. That was his comment. All right, so the top scorer was definitely, we'll show you that right now, who the top scorer was. We'll go through, we'll show you the top score. We'll talk about their match first. It only
Right.
makes sense, right? So, let's pull this up. Yes, sir. Here it is. So, first and 10 inches beat Frankie, and it was a game that we thought could go either way. He was the top scorer, first 10 inches. He needed this win. Frankie lost last week to Pro Day, and now is on a 2-game losing streak, which might continue to happen as maybe Frankie's luck has run out.
I'm a
But
little disappointed that First and 10 didn't come on here so we could thank him from the whole league for beating Frankie and helping us out there.
well, listen, Pro Day won last week.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Beat Frankie.
Right.
That's right. So
both of them. Thank you to Pro Day and First and 10. Y'all did, as my alert goes on, y'all did what we couldn't do.
correct, because I definitely lost the first week to Frankie. So shout out to you guys. Great job, first and 10. I understand you don't want to come on until you win it all. I don't know what's going to happen. You're 2-4, but anything's possible. As we saw, that 4-time champ didn't have a great record, but he went into the playoffs, won the games, won when he needed, and is now the 4-time champ. So if that happens, first and 10, we will pull out the red carpet for you.
Right.
We will send you a Hard Knocks Fantasy Football device for you to sign in with, for you to have all the cool background. We'll do it all up for you, sound effects and all, if you win it all. All right. Then we have how do things just move around. Interesting. Now we have Pro Day versus Here Comes the Boom. Now this matchup was very interesting because we all said Here Comes the Boom versus Pro Day was me close. Here Comes the Boom. Congratulations again on your baby girl. Happy for you.
Congrats, bro.
Shout out to him for actually still being dedicated to do the podcast while he was in the delivery room.
Dedication.
And had the baby. Yeah.
I'm gonna have my week. I'm gonna have my week.
And had his baby 30 minutes right after. So shout out to you for that. But yes, you pull out the victory. It was a close one. Pro Day, you did your part. You tried your best. But Here Comes the Boom. It's now on a 3-game winning streak, getting up to 4-2. Losing
he had
one.
heavy hitters, man. He had Mark Andrews go big this week. Justin Jefferson go big this week. Austin Eckler, Fournette. You know, I was concerned about the Stafford, and I did tell him that. And he didn't produce for him, but he didn't give him any type of negatives. He got at least 12 points. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. You know,
even with even with Tyreek Hill giving Pro Day 34 points,
exactly
wasn't enough. Yeah, wasn't enough.
Exactly. He had the 2 T Hills in there. It just wasn't that T Hill week.
Not at all.
But I'm sure he's happy now because T Hill caught a touchdown. I hope he still had him in the lineup.
For this week. We're diving into that right now. Yes, guys, this is Thursday night. Fantasy football. NFL is playing. Thursday night game is on right now. That's right. We wanted to get this out there because
you had to excuse our commission. She had prior engagements on Tuesday.
Oh, just the commission? This podcast is sponsored to you by
no show, bro. I can't. You know what I mean?
This podcast, this episode is sponsored to you by Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap.
All right.
Yep.
So we're getting to the next game here. We have Big Ox versus Jupiter Ascending. Now, what a game! Because it could have went any way. I didn't expect that. We thought Jupiter was going to blow out Big Ox. Wow.
It was like a game of the week almost. Like they had the most heavy hitters. They were going. I mean, people outscored them, but this just seemed like the more entertaining game.
And it was very even. You know, very even out. So it was interesting. But of course, Josh Allen always put up these numbers. Michael Pittman put up 31 points, which is crazy, but it wasn't enough.
People that were dependable not be dependable this week. Like Aaron Jones didn't play well against the Jets. If I had to bet, I would have bet on Aaron Jones doing numbers against the Jets. Didn't happen. And then you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's been a kind of fantasy stud throughout these last weeks. he put up a dud against Buffalo with tough defense. You know what I mean? So he had dependable guys. It didn't pan out this week.
No,
I think he'll have more luck better on in more weeks to come.
Agreed. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this was a close game. It could have went either way. Big Ox, if Aaron Jones at least put up some more points, at least
it was a rough game for my Packers.
Yeah,
we're in a little bit of we're hurting. So hopefully we can get it together this week against Washington, who's also been pitiful, and just turn it around.
And then we have Cito Montana, full-time champ, first of the more PC. Shout out to something more PC.
Yep, shout out to PC.
Great game, close game here as well. But he definitely came out victorious.
No Burrow, no win. Like it would if Burrow didn't go off the way he did, I would have at least gotten the sad numbers that I put up. And Jeff Wilson he let me down big time, putting up -1 points. And then you had I had Dylan on the bench. If I would have just played Dylan instead, I would have still lost by a point. But I want to just point out a key thing with my kicker Mar. If you look, well, you don't have it on simple scoring, but if you look, it says 1 miss of 50+. If I put in Dylan and I get that 50+ kick, I would have won the fucking game. Yeah, so hurtful, man. Hurtful. PC, man, you grinded that one out. You got it, bro. Shout out to you. It's hurt, man. It hurts.
Yeah, he's on a 4-game winning streak, so shout out to him. He was 0-2. Now he's on 4 games straight. He kicked off when he got that high scoring, and he's been rolling ever since. So shout out to you on that. Then we had the Tech guys versus Too Bad For You.
Too Bad For You.
What's crazy is we had the lowest scores of this week. Me, you, and something more PC actually.
It was hard. It was a hard week for us.
Too Bad For You, your favorite player of all time, Bruce, pulled out the victory. My team. I mean, the first 3 decided. Mike Evans against the Steelers, you would expect put up at least 20 points. Did not happen. That could have helped me there as well. Duvernay, 3 points. Very intriguing. Kittle finally put up some nice numbers. Didn't help me at all. Drake, I don't know what you were doing then. And that basically was it. If everybody just contributed, it would have been better for me.
That ATL offense, man, it's looking very suspect. I don't understand what's going on over there. I really don't know. They should be trying to win games and throwing as much as possible because they're always behind, but it just doesn't always work out. Duvernay, that Baltimore against the Giants. I mean, what can you say? It's the Giants. I guess they're good now. So it's like you gotta go. They're good now, and that's
who fucking knew?
Who know? They didn't let us know. And you had Deion Jackson in it who really produced for you. I mean, it was because Jonathan Taylor obviously wasn't playing.
Right.
Oh, you don't have
that. Yes. I do have Jonathan Taylor. I do. Well, no, not in this thing. I'm bugging.
I'm bugging too. I thought it was, but he was a good play. He was a good steal. And
listen,
he just couldn't get you the win.
I can't get mad. The people that are supposed to show up didn't. Mike Evans, Duvernay.
And shout out to Jimmy G.
Yes, Jimmy Garofalo came up
suggested
me too.
Hey,
yes, thank you for that.
Suggested him to you.
Yeah, because Lamar Odom did nothing, but he did put up less.
Well, he's had crack things. Lamar Odom. You mean Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Lamar Odom. Smoking somewhere.
I meant Lamar Jackson.
Crying over Khloe Kardashian. You mean Lamar Jackson? I get what you're
my bad, guys. Lamar Jackson.
You're drunk. You tell him you're a little drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Lamar Jackson.
Hey, it happens sometimes. All right, it happens sometimes. So that was great. It was a great week. Not for us, of course, but as we go along into the season, we're starting to see things shape up. Pretty excited to see what the finish will be. We'll get into the standings shortly. This time, we're going to jump into week 7 and look at the matchups. Football is on right now, so some people might have scores already, and we'll still talk about it.
As it's week 7 already, we want to start thinking about league fees. I'm sure Ken
correct.
Reiterate that. If you haven't done your league fees, please send them in. We want to make sure that the winner gets their money, their first place and second place gets their money on time, just like anybody else. If you're in last place, the first place. If you know what I mean. If you won, you would have wanted your money. So let's make sure we get those in.
Yes, and we're ordering the belt, so the belt will be ordered around week 10. So in 3 more weeks, we're going to order the belt so that it's ready come championship time. So please definitely get those league fees in.
And from what I understand, we're having an unveiling on a podcast, right? We're doing
that is correct. We are having
the new
that
belt.
Is correct. Yes, we'll unveil the new belt either right before the Super Bowl or the last week of the season, either one. So that maybe the last week so everybody can see it. We'll see. We'll figure out the time frame.
Interview the champ and unveil the belt in a same. We never know.
I mean, I'd rather people see it prior so they can know, hey,
this
is what you're going for. So get focused. So we'll see. We'll definitely talk about it. But yes,
when I'm putting in my Super Bowl lineup, my Super Bowl lineup,
we'll see how that works.
Belt, and I'll be like, all right, cool.
Week 10, we're gonna order the belt. We'll see when it comes in, but that's the plan, guys. So we'll start off with this new week 7. We have Tech Gods versus something more PC. So I want to try to do what you didn't do and stop the winning streak of something more PC. Currently, I have Kamara in.
It was like a low key shot there. Like
that was a low key shot. I'm gonna let you know.
I gotta do. Right there.
I'm gonna do what you couldn't do, and I'm gonna have to stop that winning streak a little bit.
Yeah, that hot shit.
So I can't. Of course, I'm gonna say I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna win this game.
Right.
But who you got here? Who you got? PC or the Gods?
Hopefully we have Kamara pick it up for you. Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow against ATL. That's a good matchup. You got Jimmy against Kansas City. Their defense is weak, so that's a good tie there. I don't know. Joe might just be up a little bit. Pierce Jacobs. We got Mike Evans, Ty Lockett. Excuse me. We have Jerry Jeudy, DK Metcalf, Kittle versus Sutton. This is going to be a good fucking match because we have guys on both sides that really need to start picking it up because they're
correct. This is the season.
Their stock is dropping. Ken, I'm going to give you the matchup advantage. So I'm going to pick the Tech Gods to come out with a victory against something more PC because of matchups strictly based. Both of you got guys that their stock is kind of like here. It didn't gain. It's here or it's going down. You know what I mean? So let's see who steps up in this week.
All right. So, yep, I'm definitely going myself too. So let's see how it goes. Then we have 1st and 10 inches versus Pro Day. Currently, Pro Day is up as we're looking at this right now. He has
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray's playing right now.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's 1st and 10. Excuse me. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, 1st and 10.
Olave.
Yeah.
Olave.
Olave, yeah.
81 receiving yards currently. So, Wow, that's 20 more yards. He gets a bonus. So he's rivaling, he's beating Kyler Murray currently, which is wow. So that's a big advantage going to Pro Day currently. He did not stick with Hill, T. Hill. He actually doesn't have him anymore, and he scored today. So, that was just bad luck.
Definitely. So who we got winning this one? I think it goes to I probably think it still goes to 1st and 10 inches. I mean, it's a battle of the 2 and 4 teams. I think 1st and 10 pulls it out just a tad with Chase and Elliott.
I'm going to agree with you. I think, and shout out to Pro Day, you're my guy. I think you went back to your old strategy. I think it went back onto your kind of like whim players. Like, I have a whim on this guy because I think there's a lot of guys here whose value is just like, I don't know, it's shaky. You got D Moore in there. You got Pollard in there. You got Drake in there. I know Drake went off, but I'm not sure if that's a regular thing. And you got Pickens, who might be good in Miami. It might be, depending on who's throwing the ball, Trubisky or Pickett. Pickett's hurt currently. So I just don't see it putting up the points it needs to put up. I'm going to go with 1st and 10.
All right, same here. So let's see how that goes. Then we go on to Here Comes the Boom and Big Ox. So here comes the Boom on a 3-game winning streak. Big Ox lost last week. He needs to get this W. Let's see what the teams look like. Oh, wow. This is very intriguing. So we got Pittman, Godwin, and Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Geno
versus Brady.
Yes,
Boom's like, I'm on the Geno Smith train. I see.
Yes, he is.
I see big things happening for Geno. That Chargers defense is a little something to worry about, though.
Yeah, we got Kareem Hunt. We got Eckler. We got Fournette. This is going to be a very tricky matchup here, but I think it goes to Here Comes the Boom.
I think it goes to Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it goes Here Comes the Boom.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. Brady could pull out one of those games. Jones could pull out one of those games against Washington, but where it gets a little bit like, Pittman there.
Pittman, Gino, it's going to be, I think
it's going to be interesting. I will say that. I'm not counting anybody out. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
It could be either way, but I just like Boom's team a little bit to have the advantage.
Then we have this game, which you can't call, of course, but Jupiter, our normal 100 and plus.
Big game. Yeah,
versus the 4-time champ. So, I mean, wow, it's going to be a little tough here, man. I think Here Comes the Boom. It's close. I don't know. It's very tricky.
Dak attack back, Bear. What are you talking about? Dak attack back.
This is going to be Dak is playing. Oh, my God. Pat Mahomes got that over Dak. Saquon is showing up. McCaffrey has not. Chubb is playing great. Swift, yes, okay. McLaurin, we got Williams, we got Waddle, we got Lamb, we got. This is a back and forth. It's very tough for me to say who's going to win.
Just for me, because you just made a statement, and I think it's false. Could you click on McCaffrey's name and show them what you mean by he hasn't been producing? Just show what he's been doing.
He's putting up numbers, yes. He's putting up 20-something points.
So I don't know what you're talking
about. I think he puts up more when he's supposed to put up more.
I see what you're saying. 20. It's the Tampa Bay that you're talking about.
I don't see it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I agree. I agree with that.
Because there's a Bucks defense. It's a rivalry game. It's a divisional game. It's going to be a problem for McCaffrey. He's not going to put up any numbers. He's not going to. Not the way Saquon is against Jacksonville. That's how I see it. So
when the horse you rode in on with, you got no choice, right?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but it's tough. It's tough to say, but I think Jupiter might. Nah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be real tough. I think you got it.
I think we could say it's a back and forth. Either way it could go, depending on how the game script goes for us this week in each game. Yeah. And it's game of the week. Call it game of the week. Game of the week.
It is game of the week. But I'm gonna give it to you.
Game of the week.
You're winning right now because of your your running back. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think Cena probably pull this off. You get that W. You go 4-3. He goes 4-3. It's gonna be a very interesting finish here. Then we have Too Bad for You versus Frankie. Oh wow, I think Frankie just said F the world. I don't care. I'm 4-2. I can go 4-3 and still be on top. I don't know, but I hope he makes some changes to these bye weeks. And I think he needs to get that going.
See what you
say. If he does not, Bruce will become victorious. I am seeing Frankie tomorrow, so I would definitely discuss that with him and make sure that he remembers.
We got changes. We got pickups to make.
Yeah,
it is looking a little dim.
Either way, I think Bruce wins it regardless. I think Bruce goes 5-2. Like I said, Frankie was getting by in the first 4 weeks, so I think it's about time that he goes downhill at this point. So I think Too Bad for You still wins this.
I think, and that being said, because Too Bad for You has two players that are kind of underwhelming right now. They're kind of underperforming. You got D-Hop, who's coming back. They're making his debut. It's kind of like a warm-up game for D-Hop, so it was a risk playing him. So he
got 9 points already. He puts up one more point. He got 9 points already. He put up one more point.
Yeah, we're the third though. Maybe there's still a lot more game left. Yeah. Maybe he goes a touchdown. Maybe he gets a big break. But as of right now, if it keeps going the way it's going, it's looking very underwhelming. Right. But at this point, he doesn't have anybody in there. So, it's all good points, all positive.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we got Ertz at 3 points. You know what I mean? So, it's like, okay. It took a big risk. But I think even with that, he squeaks out and he takes the win.
Yeah, for Too Bad for You, definitely. I think becomes victorious.
Too many guys here that can put up big points. Lamar, Mixon, Hall, Adams, Stevenson, Tucker, and the defense that's going up against Pittsburgh. So I think he's going to pull off the win.
Okay. I believe so too. So at the end of week 6, here is the standings. We have Frankie at the top of the standings of everyone. Too bad for you in second place. Third place, we have Here Comes the Boom. In fourth, we have Jupiter. And in fifth, Something More PC. And the rest goes down with me being at the very bottom with the 1-5 record. So what does division, as we look at the divisions here, Frankie is the top, 4-time champ second, Big Ox is third, Pro Day is fourth, I am fifth, Here Comes the Boom, Too Bad for You, Jupiter, Something More PC, and first and 10. Now, anything can go either way. If I pull a victory and first and 10 loses, it is what it is, right? Everything can change. This whole thing can shift. But we got a lot of 4-2 teams in Divisional 2, and we did say Division 2 was the better division.
The better division, yes, that is true. That. Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have a problem when it comes playoff time of who's gonna go where. So they're gonna battle that out. I think Here Comes the Boom and Too Bad for You and Jupiter and Something More PC, all four of them will be in the playoffs. So it's gonna be very tough to see who comes out of that division into the Super Bowl. And I think the remaining teams will be you and Big Ox, rounding that off to end off the playoffs. I don't think Frankie will. I mean, he might still because his record is still up there. If I don't pull up wins or if Proto didn't pull up wins, Frankie will still remain there.
He still squeaks out wins. So if he still continues to grind out wins and put up points, then he has a good shot. He's already got a great start. So wow, look at that. Look at that Division 2. That's crazy, man.
It's bananas. I'm trying to say. Jupiter still puts up the most points. He already cracked 1,000 points for the season. So people are still struggling to even get to that number. He has 1,000 already for the season. So Jupiter's still something to worry about. But yeah, guys, we're in week 7. Like we said before, get your funds in, get your league fees in. But yeah, looking at this champ, what do you think? Who do you think comes out Division 1? Who do you think comes out Division 2?
Well, I got a bold statement for this week. I'll start with that first. My bold statement is that I'm gonna put up 145, maybe 145 points, and I'm still gonna beat Jupiter. He'll put up maybe 120. I'm predicting. So let's see. That's my bold prediction for this week.
All right, you heard it here first, guys. Bold prediction is he's going to put up 140 points and still beat Jupiter. Wow. All right. Well, I got a bold statement too. Ready for this one?
It's called Tom Brady said, "You're not putting up more than 14 or 17 points." They told him, and he laughed.
Yep.
Doing the same thing. You putting up 120. I'm going to put up the 145, 140. And I'm going to take the win.
Well, here's my bold statement. I'm going to win the next 4 games in a row. I'm going to be 5-5 before we get to the end of the season. So I am going to win the next 5 games. I don't know my next 5 opponents are. We know I got to play a Jupiter week 8. I got to play Big Ox week 9. I got to play Here Comes the Boom week 10. And I got to play Pro Day week 11. I'm beating all of you guys. Saying this right now. Every last one of y'all, like a domino, knocking y'all down. That's my bold prediction.
He going to run the table, he said.
110%.
The table.
That is my bold prediction. I'm gonna go.
You don't play me, so I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna go 5-5. We're gonna make this shit really count. I'm gonna give everybody.
You're gonna go 5-0. Not 5-5. You don't want to go 5-5.
I'm saying I'm gonna be 5-5 in the next 5 games. But yes, I'm gonna give out 5 losses in a row. So we're gonna help this standings switch up a little bit. That's my job.
That's interesting. I would like to see that. That's gonna.
It's gonna happen. I got faith in that. But, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see who's going to be on the show next week. Of course, if First and 10 wins again, he's not coming on here. He's going to wins it all. So we understand that. Shout out to you, First and 10. I hope you win it all because, again, it would be great.
We might get a special guest. We might call Bruce or somebody. Too bad. Maybe somebody will come on here. And
exactly. If First and 10 is the top scorer again, I'm sure somebody else is. They want to take that spotlight. So we'll see what happens. Again, we're sorry for the late video. You're probably watching this Friday. Yeah, Friday, because it's Thursday night right now.
Yeah.
So you're watching this Friday. Sorry we didn't get it there earlier. Like I said, this podcast is
our commissioner's fault. Let's just blame him.
It's sponsored by by Marvel Snap.
Marvel Snap, yep.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's how it's going to be, and we go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.